Welcome
back
to the TAE Time Podcast. Brought to you late on Thursday evening. Sponsored by Nobody. Technically sponsored by us because
we
sponsored ourselves, with our time and our own money. But
time and effort.
Yeah.
Energy.
I'm not gonna say what I wanted to say, but you guys know what I was gonna say, and I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to give them a shout out. They're not gonna sponsor me. Don't worry about it.
Why can't I think?
Don't worry about it.
What are you talking about?
It's two big YouTubers with their brand.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So, but yeah, no. So, how have you been?
I've been good. What have I been doing recently?
What have you been doing recently?
Not a lot. We've gotten settled into a new gym that I'm actually very happy with.
Yeah.
I really, really like it. I feel like it's the perfect level of quiet, like at all times whenever you go.
Yeah, it's not too busy, to be honest. It's quiet. It's quiet. Even like we went at a busy time and it wasn't like, obnoxiously busy like most gyms. So.
But like there's nothing better than an empty gym. I just working out in an empty gym is just.
Also, we came at a perfect time because they started getting new equipment. They got a leg extension. They had really shitty old benches and they just switched all of them today.
Did they? I didn't know.
Yeah, they switched all the three shitty benches into new ones. So really good. Happy with that because the other ones were like kind of ass, but now we got new ones. So I was like, thank God. But yeah, no, it's a good time.
Oh, it's just been so good. And do you know what though? They have classes on and they're pretty full. Like there's a lot of people that attend those.
The classes are always busy.
But the actual gym is like empty.
Yeah, but I think they have like a maximum, 12 people per class or something like that. So
15, I think.
Yeah, so it's a pretty busy class, and it seems to always be full, especially in the mornings because we go in the mornings and like the class stops at 7 a.m. So we try to get there for 7, after the class is stopped, and we're seeing a bare people and stuff, so it's always full. So it's pretty cool.
But I've been loving that. I've been reading some books. I'm adding to my reading list. I think I've read a lot of books since I got my Kindle, so I'm making a list. I'm even forgetting what I'm reading, so I had to make a list to be rate these books. That's about it really. How about you?
No, not too bad. Been chilling, just how it is. You guys know me. I don't really have much to ever say about what I'm doing because I have
big
nothing
task
doing.
Today.
I just mowed the lawn. End of story.
Mowed the lawn.
It's not that deep. With a strimmer. Instead of a lawnmower, I just use a strimmer. So obviously it took a little bit longer because that grass has been growing for God knows how many months. Probably the whole summer actually, even longer.
Yeah. So
3-4 months, and summer is when it really grows. So it was long, so I cut it all down. But it is what it is. But it's wet now, so I'm so glad I was able to get it done today. Because if I didn't get it today, I probably wouldn't have gotten the chance for who knows with Irish weather,
Long, yeah.
So, but yeah, not glad that's done. But let's get into it. Let's see what we have for you today.
For today,
are discussing some shows we watched.
Yeah, because we've actually watched a good bit of.
So this can
shows, TV,
end up being
whatever.
boring or end up really funny. It depends on how it goes. But you guys who are in here, you just listen to stuff anyway. Last week's episode was, I personally thought it was boring. What was it that we talked about that?
No, I thought it was boring. You thought it was good.
I thought it was calm, but I didn't think it was amazing. Yeah. But
I said to you that was such a bad episode.
I didn't say it was bad. No, I don't think we have any bad episodes. I think we have some really funny episodes. Some episodes that are interesting, and then we have some episodes that are just going with emotions. And I think that's one of the things is unless you are interested in going to Zurich or something, it's really not for you, kind of thing. Whereas I feel we do have episodes that it's for everybody because everyone can just have a laugh out of it. And I will try to make this kind of like that because one of the shows we're going to talk about, I have a lot to say about that. But
do you know what my mom was saying recently about our travel is the destination worth the hype series, which Fuad, you will get paid once we get paid. Okay,
I should pay you with her revenue, not with mine.
What my mom said about our episodes, what she really likes is it's as if we went separately and we both have different experiences of the place. We're kind of I know, but even though we went together and did the exact same things, we each took different things out of the experience. So my mom really
because it was boring. just not have fun. Anyways, come on. You should be the one that should introduce this because you probably enjoyed it more than I did. So
yes. Onto the first show that we've watched, done and dusted, and I'm already like want to rewatch it, is One Piece.
The live action.
Live action.
Should not watch 1073 episodes of One Piece.
I was about to say, if Rook wants to give a bit of a background into the manga / anime, it's been around for a while.
One Piece has been out for nearly, is it 30 years now? Like came out like 1997 or something, around the year I was born. Around then is when the manga came out, or the show, anime, one of the two around the time. So like, 07, 17, 2027 will be like 30 years old or whatever.
No.
But it's been on for a long time. It's about this kid named Luffy who wants to be a pirate in this world, and he gets a crew, does all these adventures and gets stronger and towards his goal of being a pirate king, and we've just been following it. Like One Piece, I started reading when I was like 8-9 years old.
Oh my god.
Me and Wole, so it was actually Wole that put me on One Piece because I was reading Naruto. So we were all watching Naruto. Me, myself, Sharif, and Wole, we were all watching Naruto because it used to be on like Fox Kids and then Jetix, whatever it was. And, we're like, damn. And then eventually it wasn't on anymore. And then it was Oli that said, oh, you can actually watch it online. And then we all started watching it online. And then I started reading the manga, because like we were seeing all these crazy stuff. Even my brothers, like you see all this crazy stuff on YouTube. If you know where it's like this, it's kind of like Dragon Ball is like the Super Saiyan 11, like things that don't even exist, And it's like oh Naruto, like this person is his dad or whatever. This person is whatever, like and you're like whatever. So you're like, let me read it myself. Let me see what's going on. What's the truth, So reading the manga, and that's how I first got into manga because of Naruto. And then eventually Wally was like, there's this other like manga that's really good. It's like One Piece. And then I started reading One Piece and I was like, God damn, this is good. This is good. So like I've been reading it pretty much all my life, maybe 20 plus years now, nearly 20 years.
That's
like
so
it will be that I've been reading this manga. Like when I turn 29, 28, I'll be following it for like 20 years. So, but yeah, it's about this kid named Luffy, pirate, blah, blah, blah. Anyone who knows One Piece knows One Piece. Anyone who doesn't, and we're going to tell you why you should watch the live action. But it was pretty interesting because a lot of anime live actions are dead.
Hold on. So because I need to make a clip out of this, man. As someone who obviously has followed One Piece, through the manga and anime, what was your initial thoughts towards like the live action?
Like when the live action was initially announced, I was like, when they showed us the Luffy, I was like, like as I said, like a lot of live actions suck. Like everyone who watched anime knows live actions.
What's an example of
suck.
that?
Death Note, ever live action of anything ever existing of anime, like it just sucks. So it's kind of like there's a Bleach live action that sucked too. Bleach is great. So like when I first saw the characters on screen, I was like, Then when I saw like the trailer, I was like, and I think a lot of us were like, But when I actually saw the show, like watched the first episode, I was like, this is not bad. It's not amazing. It doesn't give me that like vibe I got when I first watched the anime One Piece.
I mean, you're a child, so probably the vibe.
No, but like still, even the One Piece anime is a lot better, obviously, than live action.
Yeah.
But definitely, I was like, this is fine. Like, I am not upset with this. I am not mad about this. And then by the end of it, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed, like, I think the reason I enjoyed it, because it is kind of like controversial kind of right now in the community, because some people like are like, yes, this is good. And then some people who like follow it as well are like, this is terrible kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But I think I enjoyed it due to the fact that Nicoletta really enjoyed it. Because that's what made me enjoy it, being like, because like, yes, it's not the One Piece we know. The pacing is different. They remove some things, for pacing thing and for timing. And like, obviously, like the way it works can't be the same as anime, like since it's drawn. But the fact that someone who's not predisposed to even knowing anything about One Piece, and like Nicola's not like the biggest anime watcher or anything like that, would then enjoy a story like that's based off the manga, which was a massive anime, really like made me like, yo, it's really cool to see that they were able to somehow translate the magic that we all feel when we either read the manga or watch the anime into live action for people who would not be in that scene to enjoy it. Because all I've seen is a lot of people who normally don't watch anime or read manga I really enjoyed the One Piece live action. So it's really cool to see that they were able to convey some level of what we feel about that anime and that manga into live action and get a whole new generation of fans, you know?
Yeah, true.
So like that was a big thing for me. I think that's why I did enjoy it, you know?
Okay. So you felt like watching it with me kind of added to the experience versus
because
you're watching it by yourself.
If I watched it by myself, I would have been like, this is good, but I would have never been like, this is like, you know? I'd be like, I'm glad they didn't fuck it up.
Yeah.
You know, and kind of like, that was nice watch. But I think by watching with you, I was like, this is really good to see you enjoying it. So like, definitely like, it's kind of like when you first introduce someone to like an anime or whatever it is and they're enjoying it, like that's kind of feeling, except it was the live action version, you know? So like, definitely I do think it was good. I don't think it was stupendously amazing. I truly don't believe it conveys the same level the One Piece anime does. And obviously, like, even for me, like, kill me if you want, like, the One Piece anime is only good for me. I only enjoy it when the big things are happening, because like the manga is like a year and a half. I'm already ahead of all you guys like who watch only the anime, but like only the key things matter to me on the anime, because like the pacing on the anime, and we all know this sucks so bad. Like they elongate things just due to the fact that, you know, they don't want to catch up to the manga too quickly. So, and like eventually now we're at the stage where like the anime is a year and a half or so behind the manga. So like, you know, it's catching up. So like they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with it, whether they're going to do seasonal or whether they're going to do it like delaying or whatever, because they don't want to catch up too much, you know, kind of thing. And like whatever it is they decide to do, but it makes sense because like the pacing sucks. Like there's this one thing called One Pace, which is actually a website that I don't recommend anyone should go and Google, but essentially puts One Piece, but puts in the pace of the manga. So they cut out unnecessary scenes that aren't in the manga that are, or put there to elongate it essentially and stuff like that. So it actually watches it the way the manga is, which makes the pacing a lot better. Yeah. But I just been rambling on about this. You tell us, as a non-One Piece fan, what you thought of the One Piece live action.
Yeah, so like Farouk said, I'm not like an avid anime watcher. Like I have watched anime and I enjoy certain things, but like say for example Death Note, I loved Death Note and I was excited by the live action, and
it was terrible.
I was very disappointed by the live action. So yeah, that was a little bit sad. And I think like even the way Farouk was saying that there have been other live actions that they've been crap like and stuff, I didn't really know how to feel going into this because I knew nothing about One Piece.
But Death Note is such an easy live action to do.
Yes.
Like there was no mystical. Yes. Like the craziest thing about Death Note was Ryuk. Exactly. Everything else was there was no mystical bullshit. It was just humans doing normal stuff.
Students
and they still
studying.
And they still fucked it up.
I know it was so disappointing.
Imagine you can't even do normal stuff, and you're like, how the fuck are you gonna do a guy with rubber arms?
I know, like, and that's the thing, right? I knew very little about One Piece. I didn't even know he was a pirate. Like, I knew nothing. I just went, like, completely blank. Slates, like, obviously, you know, I've seen, like, figurines of Luffy. I've seen some TikToks referencing, like, million episodes, whatever. Obviously, you know, thousands of episodes and stuff and years of content. And I'm like, I've never catch up with that. Like, I don't care. So this is the perfect starting point. And I was so hooked on, like, I found the characters very, very, very likable. And, like, I didn't expect to like Luffy so much, like, instantly be like, oh my God, like, this is so entertaining. I felt like a child, you know, like kind of like watching a show for the first time. And I feel like they portrayed, like, you know, the way you say he had rubber arms and stuff. They portrayed that well. Like his elasticity was portrayed really well. And I didn't feel like I was watching like a bad CGI
or anything like that
type thing. And it was just so exciting to watch. And I found it like such a cool adventure to go along with. Because I still felt like my inner child watching it, but my adult self enjoying it You know, if that makes sense. And I got like so into it. I'm like, oh my god, I want to rewatch it. I want a new season. And I know these guys have been crying for like time. You know, it's moving slowly, but from what I hear, there will be new seasons coming. So
yeah, apparently there's 6 seasons. Well, as in like 6 seasons written up.
Yeah.
Written up and like planned to do with Oda, but there's like 12 seasons they want to do absolutely kind of thing. So we'll see how that goes. They'll definitely need it. All of us know. There's a lot there, One Piece to cover. And but yeah, no, like it's pretty cool. And like that's the thing, like the reason One Piece is so big in the community is because like it's like, yes, a lot of things is about the journey you're going on and whatever. And don't get me wrong, we love when Luffy does all these crazy stuff, like you know, like does all these things. I won't spoil anything because of anyone who like has never watched the anime or read the manga and they're just watching the show. Like, you know, it does all these things and we're like, whoa, it's like a massive event kind of thing, you know. But the main thing really that makes One Piece as good as it is the characters. Like, we love the characters. Like, and that's one thing, like, you always see when like someone goes like, oh, I decided to watch One Piece, you know, like catch up. And then whether it's to read the manga or like watch the thing and it takes them like 2-3 months or 4 months to catch up. And the same thing everyone always says, it's not even about the story and whatever, it's the characters they fall in love with. And the characters are they're just so made so well, and the way you see them grow and you see the way they act, you just feel drawn to them. Like that's one thing that makes One Piece so, you just feel so drawn. Like everyone loves Luffy because like Luffy like just seems like such a great person, and like you can't not help but root for him, you know. And like the way he reacts to situations and the way he is, like he still does all these things, it makes you be like, oh my god, like I love this guy and I really want to keep seeing, I want to see him get to his end goal, you
that's
know?
the thing. Or even like I don't know if we missed out on like specific like battles or scenes that weren't portrayed in the live action, but I felt like the ones that were there, I felt like I understood their purpose there. Like I knew why that needed to happen for like a life lesson or like whatever, you know, going forward. I think they chose it so well and portrayed it even better. You know, for me personally, I'm like so hooked.
Yeah, no, they definitely use the key scenes very well. Like there's a lot of like, we all like, I think that's also one thing that's really cool to go, like I'm looking forward to, is seeing all the like key points in like you know, like the Luffy help me like scene, and then there's a bunch of other scenes that are very key that like we know, and I really want to see how they translate that to like live action, you know, because those scenes are like if you ask, like, because let's be honest, like we've all been watching, reading these things for like 20 years. It's very hard to keep every single thing that's ever happened in One Piece on top of your brain. But there's certain things that if you ask anyone who watches or reads One Piece, they'll instantly be able to know those scenes. They're like, it's just so like without a doubt, because they're so key and they just stick in our brains and they stick in our lives. So like definitely looking forward to really seeing those and being like, oh my god, like, you know, to see it again, you know. So it's definitely really cool.
I think another like really cool thing for me was that even though I haven't watched the anime, I felt like the characters were chosen very well. Like I felt like they, you know, they portrayed their roles very well, and I understood that like, oh, this person's like this person like that. It's almost like I could see them in anime form and like, you know, manga form. Like I could see their actual character, and then afterwards, you know, when we did some digging and stuff, like the actual writer was involved in this, and like it kind of makes sense as to how they're able to do it so well.
It's really cool. Like this is the right way to do it. They had Oda along the entire way. Oda is the person who writes the One Piece and does the thing weekly. He's been there the entire way. So essentially, like they always got like he gave his thumbs up to say, okay, I am fine with the person you chose. I'm fine with this thing you did. Like for example, one of the scenes, interestingly enough, the scene with Zoro fighting when he's younger. I'm not gonna, as I said, I won't spoil it. Fighting when he's younger. They shot the scene with his mask on, but then they showed Oda's like, no, he has to have his mask off because you have to convey the emotion properly. That's how it is. And then they had to go back to, I think it was Cape Town. Yeah, they said Cape Town. They had to fly back to Cape Town to reshoot the scene because like Oda wasn't having the scene, and that's good because Oda knows. Like Oda's been writing this story. He knows how he wants it to be portrayed. He knows what he wants it to do. So if he's happy with it, we're more than likely going to be happy with it too. Obviously, as I said, not everyone's happy with it, like without a doubt. You can't please anyone. Like like a big thing that people have been saying is like they were trying to both please the fans of One Piece and also trying to please new fans, you know. And when you try to do so much, you don't please anybody.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't think that's true. I do think they definitely pleased new fans like a lot more than they did like original fans, but I don't think it matters. I think it's much cooler to have a bunch of new people on board so they can get into One Piece, and like it's a much bigger community.
That's the thing. And like I think I would recommend One Piece to people who don't even watch anime, have no interest in it, just because of that, you know, fantasy type world that just kind of brings in your inner child, you know, and like watches it done in a really good way, portrayed really well. So I definitely recommend it.
If you didn't guess enough, we like One Piece.
We really like One Piece.
So, yeah.
Yeah, moving on to the next show that we didn't love as
Top
much.
Boy. I fucking love Top Boy. The last season, sketchy. To be honest, I was saying it. Like, I'm not going to, like, I was actually talking to one of my friends about it. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't like that everyone's jumping on the bandwagon to say it was shit. Like, I don't think it was shit. I just don't think it was the best season. Right? Of all the 5 seasons that exist with Top Boy, like Summer House and Top Boy on its own, it was definitely the worst season.
Yes.
But I don't think it was shit either. I just think there was a lot of annoying things.
I think it was very like cinematic.
Yeah. Listen, for this one, there's spoilers, so don't like. We can't talk about this season. We can't talk about this season without talking about spoilers. Like, otherwise, it's fucking dead, right? But this is something that's on top of my brain. How the fuck, right, was Duchesne having heart problems every single time? But then he went on a fucking marathon at the end of the show,
and no problems, not even a trip, nothing.
Not even a
with a 25 kilo bag, man.
Not even grabbing his heart once. Like, man was upset at Jeffrey. You know, when he killed him, and then he went to the floor going, but then when he's 24 with his jeans just running around like a motherfucker, it was fine.
Like, I'm out of breath carrying a 25 kg plate in the gym, and you're running with a 25 kg bag
with your heart problem. Shut the fuck up. Like, there was a lot of dumb shit like that. Yeah, and I think that's a problem. Like, take for example, we were saying it. We said Duchesne in any other fucking season was never killing Jeffrey like that, because he's not dumb. Because it's stupid.
That's the thing. I felt like it was so like impulsive, like spur of the moment.
You know.
But then also, even if it is impulsive and spur of the moment, you're gonna leave a mess. He would never miss out on the key pieces to hide it.
You literally grabbed the pan and you didn't even put bleach in the pan.
Yeah, no.
Are you dumb? Like, no. Like, and I think that's a big thing that people did say, is that like a lot of the characters didn't do what they would normally do. Yeah. Like, what we're used to seeing them do in others, and the way they act in certain seasons, they weren't doing that in the last season. And like, there is some truth that I don't think it's fully accurate. I think, like, take for example, Sully was a dickhead all season.
Yeah.
Sully was a dickhead all season, right?
Yeah.
But like, let's be honest, Sully has always done what he thought he had to do. So like, yes, I still thought the things he chose to do in the end were weird, but like, Sully always did what he thought he had to do, you know? So him smoking Jamie, as weird as we thought it was, it made sense to him. Him smoking everybody that he thought he had to smoke.
But at the same time, right, I just, like, I agree with some of the comments that we've seen. Like, there was no point to kill Jamie off. Like, I didn't understand that writing piece of killing Jamie off. Like, say, for example, I would have liked if it ended with, like, you know, Sully killing whoever's at the door, but then not being Jamie at the door, and then Jamie like having taken revenge on Sully for this season. That kind of thing, you know.
I don't know.
I don't know why he was written out.
I think it made sense why he killed Jamie, in the sense as in like, he saw, because like, we know that Duchesne made Jamie kill Kit, right? So he was saying that like, oh, if you can smoke your brother, like Kit, who's someone you grew up with, who you see as your brother, then how do we know you'll never come and betray us? Right?
I get it.
Right? Which makes sense. But like, the thing is, Jamie was never picking Kit over his own blood brothers that he literally grazes himself.
Yeah.
You know, he was never going to kill his brothers. Come on, Aaron, fucking, and his other, and Steph, he's never smoking them for Kit. Like, come on. Like, and it hurt him to kill Kit. Yeah. We saw it hurt him to kill Kit. Yeah. But he had to kill Kit because he had to protect his brothers.
I still think he shouldn't have been dead that fast. Like, because it's like, you know, everyone has like a prolonged life with a, crazy death kind of thing. There was no need
I
to
get
write
it,
him
but I
out.
think as well for the Top Boy this season, one thing I also thought about is, and I said it to Nicoletta, they were trying to go for this like cinematic like story, and to prove that, and it's, don't get me wrong, it's very true. You don't get out, like you don't go big in this life and get out of it alive or not, or not in prison.
Right.
There's only two options for you: death or prison, right? Mm-hmm. Like when you're that big, right? And that's the idea they were trying to convey. But I think they were trying to convey that idea so much that they just let some stupid things happen. Like one of my friends, Gabe, he said he felt like it was a rush. They just tried to rush, like, because Ashley, who's Duchesne, did say that they didn't want to elongate the story. They didn't want to elongate the story. They wanted it to be short and sweet.
Why is that?
Because they don't like that, like, their shows are going, and I respect that, because like shows go on for way too long, right?
Man,
but the thing is, I feel like
we haven't had that many seasons of Top Boy.
Come on,
like,
5 in total. That's a lot of seasons.
I'm sorry, but there's been like 12 seasons of fucking Suits and all that shit.
That, it's funny. They said something like that. They're like, oh, shows are like 12, 13 seasons. Like, that's long. No, you don't want that. Like, you want it to be short and sweet. But the thing is,
at least tie it up nicely.
I think exactly. Tie it, if you're going to make it short and sweet, at least tie it up nicely. Like, a lot of things that happened the last season was crazy. Like, what the fuck was Jack doing showing Kieran the drugs she stole? Why did you show Kieran?
It added nothing to
you. All you did is cause that child's death.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. After they went through all of that at the very start of the show to save him, he just died. He just died. Like, he was better off getting deported to Rwanda.
Yeah.
He was better off getting deported to Rwanda.
Yeah.
Because at least he'd be alive.
That's the thing. Because it added nothing. She ended up admitting to it anyway. It's like, well, so why was he dragged into this?
Like, now, like, he was just there, bystander, dead. You know?
It's like he needed to get some airtime.
But, like, to be honest, Kieran, and then, like, what Kieran did to Sai, like, he had to die, because, like, like, why did Sully shove that gun? like everyone going, like, throat. Like, that scene, goddamn, the gun in his mouth, like, bro, and then the hurling afterwards, like, that shit was crazy. Like, a lot of shit was dumb. Like, it just didn't have to happen. And then Lizzie and Lilith just disappearing. Like, after they've been working with them for like 2 seasons, like God knows how long. Who's that? The accountants, the 2 girls.
Oh, yeah, just fleeing.
Running to Ireland, to Dublin.
Well, how about your one's daughter? She wasn't even
in the show.
Man, like, I felt like we focused so much on Shelly's salon. Like, I literally Shelly's
9 salons caused this season. Her and Lauren and her are the main reason this season went to fuck, because Shelly had to have her money for 9 salons. Girl, you couldn't just do one. You had to go to the deep end.
Or 2, you know.
Like you're barely managing one. Now you want to just jump another 9. Okay.
And I felt like every single time she was on screen and stuff, we're focusing about her dumb salon. I'm like, just shut up, yeah? I don't care about your salon. Let's just do something else here. Like, we only needed to hear once.
And then, like, the reason Jack did the thing is because Lauren, after, unfortunately, like, it's just like something. But, like if Lauren didn't offer herself, or, like, if you want to pull it even further back, if Lauren never got in with your man, this would have never happened. And if she never snitched way back when, Driz would be alive right now. Like, Lauren caused a lot of the issues in this show. Like, a lot of the issues in this show.
I don't know. I feel like there was a lot of gaps missing. And, like, I was talking to Freaky about it, and I was like, Summer House season, like, because I watched the very, very, very first, like, one aired, like, on TV after school type thing, but I watched it a few years ago. I feel like that was so raw. Like, it was just so raw, like, just like someone with an iPhone camera almost shooting it type thing. But then when it came to Netflix, it transcended really nicely. Like, it was a nice continuation, and then it just went to very cinematic, very like
Jane was a goat. Jane was so good.
Yeah.
Everyone, like Modi, the whole daily offender, crazy Stendhal. Like, like the characters made sense. They were good.
Yeah.
It was crazy, It
was raw.
Like, it was really raw. But then, like, this season was just so rushed. Like, it was so rushed. I don't know. It was definitely rushed. Like I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I was just like, this is stupid. Like,
yeah.
So, like Duchesne, why'd you do that? Sully, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Jack, why'd you do that? You know, there's like lots of like, why would you do this? Why would you do this?
Especially when it's out of character. Like, wait,
you know?
You don't normally do this. What's going on?
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the idea of, I think was cool idea they were going for to show like Jack, the error of her ways, that like realizing that, yo, the drugs you're selling is killing people and it killed someone close to you. Yeah. And you realize that, well, damn, it's actually fucked up, especially when it happens to you, you know, in your family. So then, but like her just randomly going, all right, let me go steal 25 kilos of fucking work or food and then just I have no plan. I don't know what they'll go do. And then now I have to tell them that, oh shit, I stole it.
That
no
was
plan.
A big flaw. That was a big thing. Cause like even when we were watching it, I think at one point you were like, oh, like she stole all the drugs, like that, like they're trying to make it very westernized type thing. And like at the same time, when you're going through something traumatic, whatever, I understand why her reaction was the way it was, right? But just pull out of the game.
Yeah,
you know? Like leave
you could have just left. You didn't have to steal the drugs. You could have just left and not stole the drugs.
Could have even tried to help some people that you know, ruined before.
Like there was so much other options besides stealing the drugs. Because you know the people you're surrounded with. You know Sully does people in. Yeah. Kieran knew Sully did people in, and he even said it right before he died. He said, the reason I was scared is because you're the only one who does people in.
Yeah.
You're the only one, like the only other people, the only other people who like did people in reality in that thing was Sully and Jamie and Kate, right? You know, ZTs, zero tolerance, right? They were dead. So Sully was the only person. So you know that for a fact because you're like Sully's right hand, like woman, man, whatever, right? And you still sold 25 kilos worth of food? Are you dumb?
I know, it made no sense. But an important question: who killed Sully?
Oh, the TikTok memes will let you think it's Kieran's mom because the head garment is the same, which is really funny. But the idea behind that is like we don't know who killed Sully because essentially Sully made a lot of enemies doing what he did, and he was that you know the whole you either die or go to prison, and he died, you know, kind of thing. Like that's what they were going for, you know, like no one escapes this game. Beautiful, they didn't because that's one thing they were saying. They were never trying to portray that life as a glamorous life. They wanted to show it as what it is, but I felt like there was a lot better way to show it as what it is, you know, than all the bullshit.
But who did you think it was, or did you think it was anyone?
Who
would you think would have done it? I know it's all interpretation.
I would have thought it was Jack, right? Because she knows Sully's gonna come after her and to do her in after the whole thing. Because we touched on this. We were so happy that Steph didn't kill. I was so happy that Steph didn't kill Sully. Yeah. Because it would just undid all. That was the only like character consistency that actually was consistent, and I was happy with because Jamie put in so much time into making Steph was a good person and making Steph and Aaron. Also, Aaron, where the fuck were you just studying while Steph was in the home? Like Aaron, dickhead. But Steph, like he always like Aaron. I mean. Jamie always wanted Steph to be a good person. Right. He said, just be serious, whatever. He knew, he's like, I don't want you in this life, don't whatever. So the fact that Steph at the very end said, you're not worth it. And he just continued with the way like Jamie would have wanted him to not to like be part of that shit. That made me so happy. Yeah. You know?
I know some people were upset saying like, oh, all of that just to be like, you're not worth it.
Yeah,
that's what made it good, I think.
Yeah, because I saw that like TikToks are like, what the hell? He killed your brother. He killed your girls. Is like that. He did all this, whatever, and you just don't kill him. It's like, yes, because Steph is not meant to be part of that life. He's not meant to be part of that life. So he knows you're not worth it. It's not. You're not worth jumping into this. Because if he killed Sully, he's in that world. Yeah. And he's like, you're not worth it for me to enter that world. Killing you is not worth it.
And even like in the shots, I felt like he was spending a little too much time with the gang as it is. Like at one point, I was like, what is he doing there? And Farouk's like, he's not there. And I had to roll back to be like, yeah, he's there. What is he doing there? He's not
because like Steph shouldn't have been hanging around with any of these people, like, you know, kind of thing. Like Jamie would have not wanted that.
Yeah, I understand it like once or twice type thing, but like, anyways. What's your overall take on the show?
I think the overall show, if you haven't watched Top Boy, watch it because it's a fucking great show.
Yeah.
Like, just spoiled a bunch of it, but like, fuck, you're dumb. Like, but yeah, no, I do think you should watch Top Boy if you haven't. And I think the final season, season 5, was not the best season, but it was okay. Like, was it a letdown? Yes. But did it at least close the show up? You know? Yes. You know, so I overall still think Top Boy is very high rated despite the season.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree, and I will even suggest watching Summer House if you get the chance to, because I did feel like,
please don't watch Top Boy without watching Summer House first.
But like, you don't have to.
You
but
don't,
I
but
feel
it makes
like
it better.
Yeah,
like.
I feel like it does, because it's not on Netflix. Wait, it was on Netflix when I watched it. But I know they like remove stuff at the minute.
No, it's there. Summer
Like,
House
they just
is
be
there.
doing stuff sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like the last season personally. I was just a bit like waiting till the end. But overall, very good show. I do recommend watching it as well. And that brings us to the final show that we've watched. And that was the new season of The Ultimatum.
This season sucked.
As well.
Super sucked. No. Top Boy's final season, okay. This actually sucked. We saw all the bullshittery. Like, I will sum up the entire season. Everyone pretends to like each other, then doesn't like each other. And then we realize that every single marriage or like possible marriage is shit. Yeah. And then what did they end up doing? Stay in those marriages.
It was so annoying. Like, do you know, like last season, the first season of The Ultimatum was so good. I feel like there was a lot of development. Not everyone ended up together. Some were single, some were in other relationships and that kind of thing. And I liked that because that's realistically what happens, right, from an experiment like this. So I went into this one with such high hopes and I was like, what? How are they, this is spoilers again, but like, how are they like back to where they were? I feel like it was just, they're really immature. They definitely need a bit of an older crowd there, like put people in their 30s, 35.
But they were though.
No, like
your one, what's her name? The shitty fucking.
The couple that was together for 10 years were like 25.
No, your one was like 35, remember?
No.
The one with the younger lad. That one.
There were some and some not, but a lot of them were still pretty young. I felt like they were together for 2 years. You can't be on this show if you're together for 2 years. You know what I mean? Like, put a proper like.
Damn. Also, I thought they were all like 30. By the way, besides that one young guy, I thought they were all like 30.
No, they were a bit younger, but like, I just feel like we need more. I don't know, older people, more mature.
No, I think we need realistic people. In the sense, isn't like, how the hell can you see, like, that your relationship is pretty shit, and then you still end up marrying that person?
And mind you, like, the issue is especially if you and your new couple, you're now like getting along very well, and you're like, you know what, this guy is so much better than my initial partner. How do you at least not like break up or something? I'm not saying end up with that person, but like
be like, my relationship sucked,
let me leave, let me land, like whatever. It was just such a disappointing. Like,
there's not even really much to even talk about. Like, the only thing we can really talk about from that season is just how shit it was. Like, literally, like, the whole point is like the scene, like, everyone should have not been together. Everyone was assholes to each other as well, and they just like, it did not work, you know, and like, they shouldn't have been together, but yet they decided to be together.
I'm just realizing.
And then the reunion, they watched that they shouldn't be together, and they still stayed together.
Yeah.
The only person I felt sympathy for was that guy who felt like he wasn't good enough for his girl because she made more money and whatever. That was the only person I felt bad for. Everyone else can go fuck themselves because they were dumb. Yeah. But that guy, he is like, he's so brainwashed. I don't know what like Stockholm syndrome he has with this woman, but like, he is so brainwashed at the fact that he's still there. She's like, I don't even want to wear the ring. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And then just shitting on him, like being like, you're not a man enough. You don't make enough money. Yeah. You're fucking weak. And then it's like, but how dare you listen to him to say I don't respect you? Yeah. How dare you listen to him to say I literally spit every day in your face that I don't respect you? But how dare you listen to him?
And you know what? I felt bad for his girl too. because I feel like she was like a little mouse just going along. Meanwhile, he was just not respecting her at all.
Like, I don't remember their names. I just, if you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about.
But I feel like, actually, this might sound really crazy if you don't know what the ultimatum is, because I just realized we didn't give like any context.
Don't worry.
But basically, it's all these couples that go on the show and one partner in each couple has given the other the ultimatum. So like, we either break up or we get married by the end of the show. And then after a week, they switch partners with whoever they have chemistry with in the other couples, and then they live with that person for
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Then they go back to the original partner.
And then they go back to their original partner for 3 weeks. And like last time, like I said, first season, a lot of drama, a lot of split couples, a lot of like, one of them ended up with some guy going back to her guy, ended up with this. I was like, oh, crazy. But this season was just so whack. Like, and I had really high hopes for. Or what was it? The blonde girl and the black guy that were.
Oh yeah. The two that shouldn't have been together, but they ended up being together, and they were like, "Wow, this actually kind of worked."
No,
the Texas girl and the.
Yeah, like they vibed so well. It was so beautiful, and they didn't end up together. I was like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Like stuff like that. It was crazy. Like it was stupid.
What's going on?
Like it was like they're literally better off than their original couples, and they still end up with their original couples, which was just like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy to me that this season was a mess. Absolute mess.
Yes. Do you have any upcoming shows that you're looking forward to or anything like that?
Anyone who knows, Jujutsu Kaisen Shibuya arc is going on right now.
Okay.
Top tier. If you haven't watched Jujutsu Kaisen, go watch Jujutsu Kaisen. Top tier anime. If you like hands, fighting, you're going to like Jujutsu Kaisen. One of the best animes that's ever been made. And I think it just got announced the last day, November 4th, is the final season, final movie, part 2 of Attack on Titan. So we're finally seeing the end, even though I already know the end. I read the manga, like the ending was years ago. I just like watching it, and everyone is excited because it's finally finishing and they're finally showing us. So November 4th, that's been announced. So that's pretty good. And then like, I'm waiting for Bleach season 2 of the 1,000-Year Blood War to finish so I can watch it all on Disney Plus after. And like a few other shows that I also want to watch. Zombie 100 is very fun, and watching that weekly right now. But yeah, no, there's a lot there. Like, do
you have any like real people shows?
Snowfall, I have that on my list to watch. Now that it's on season 5, like everyone has been talking about it. Everyone I know loves it. Literally, like, Wale Boss, I plan on watching Snowfall. So like,
actually, are we getting a new episode of Keeping Up with the Forgers?
Spy Family season 2. It is starting in 3 weeks.
No, that's soon as well.
In 3 weeks, Spy Family season 2 is starting. So we have a lot coming up. Like, we're eating right now, let me not lie. And there's a lot of stuff like in my backlog, honestly, that I have to watch. I'm not looking. I just finished Witcher season 3. Very good. I don't know how I feel about season 4. It's gonna be Liam Hemsworth. I don't know. Henry Cavill was a great Witcher. Liam Hemsworth doesn't scream to me Geralt of Rivia. So like, we'll see how it goes. Like, I'll watch it, and if it's shit in the first few episodes, I'm not watching it.
No.
So
You're just giving.
Like,
giving a few episodes.
Like giving a few episodes, and if like I just don't like him, I'm not watching it, because like, Henry Cavill is my Witcher, not freaking Liam Hemsworth. Like, even Chris Hemsworth, okay, like long hair, like you can kind of do it, okay, but Liam, no. But how about yourself?
Me, I don't watch a lot of stuff. I'm looking forward to the Kindle free day or whatever it's called, so I can download some books for free. But there's one show that I'm really, really looking forward to, and that's America Express. It's a Romanian show, and I watch it like every year. It's my way of keeping up with my language, okay? And I find it really entertaining, and it's just like my me time. And I'm really, really excited. I've seen a lot of clips. A lot of it was shot in Argentina, Colombia, some other country, Ecuador. So I just can't wait.
Why did they call it America Express when it's in South America?
Yeah, just 'cause America.
Like, how about when they want to actually do America, like North America, what they're going to do then?
I don't know if they ever will, because they like to go in like more poorer kind of countries. By poor, I don't mean poor. I mean like countries with culture.
No comment.
Anyways, no, they went around Asia as well. It used to be called Asia Express, so it was like shot in a lot of Asian countries. They went around the Philippines, and they never went to like Japan or South Korea, so that was a bit disappointing. But they went to Singapore and like these Asian countries, and then they switched to the Americas.
South America.
But it's very exciting, so I can't wait.
Very good, very good. Let us know what you are watching. What are you enjoying? What are you looking forward to? What you thought, obviously, of One Piece, Top Boy, and The Ultimatum Season 2. And if you disagree with any of my points, you're the one that's wrong, not me, obviously, because I have exquisite taste. Yeah. And like, subscribe, the whole shebang.
If you take anything from this, go watch One Piece.
Yes.
Just do it. Just do it.
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
But yeah, like Farouk said, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff.
Till next time. Peace.